What's up, internet? I'm Bashir with a definitive look at NieR PvP after Season 1. Now, this is going to be my third video on NieR PvP, and there's actually one more planned, maybe. That one will be the definitive team building guide to NieR PvP, at least after Season 1, so you guys can look forward to that one, if I end up making it. Anyways, I take it as a very good sign that my opinions on the game mode have evolved as I kept playing. This is just further supported by me still enjoying my time, and since that, after consolidating my opinions, I still believe that PvP is something worthwhile to explore, at least for me. I say this because I have been constantly updating and tweaking my team throughout the first season, ever striving to find a loadout which could win me one extra game. I actually have many compositions I have yet to experiment once Season 2 arrives. We will talk about those in the next video, but on the other hand, you can argue that there really isn't a need to be innovative at the moment. Well, my goal has and will continue to be just top 10. The better rewards for any of the higher ranks do not seem to be worth it for me, especially since it is at these ranks that the mega whales start showing themselves. Basically, I don't think spending too much of my time trying to innovate PvP with crazy loadouts is worth it, since at the end of the day, there's always someone willing to use gems for more arena fights, thus gatekeeping the higher ranks behind a paywall rather than behind strategy or team building. Now, I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea, this sounds a lot worse than it actually is, mainly since this is only an issue pertaining to those of us crazy enough to aim for the higher ranks. But I guess being faced with these woes has helped me better understand and empathize a little more with the average player. There's probably many out there with sour taste in their mouth knowing that even if their team was at 100%, fully optimized, they might be unable to challenge for rank 10 or higher without the use of gems or arena stamina potions. At the same time, however, I am not completely convinced that these people at the higher ranks are having the time of their lives. Some of them are even likely to be struggling to keep their spot in the ladder. More on this later, but I think all of us in the arena have kind of accepted that RNG will ultimately decide various matches, maybe even make you lose to someone you would have beaten 100% of the time if it wasn't for the random chance to miss. This of course applies to the whales as well, and I was able to have a lot of fun finding out when any of them lost to my arena defense team. Those with PvP experience of any kind know how bad it can feel when you lose a very winnable match for reasons out of your control, and I wish I had screenshotted or recorded the time I lost 3 in a row to a rank 33 as a top 10 player. I lost twice because of RNG, and the third time to my Wi-Fi acting up. In total, I think I lost about 1,000 arena coins, maybe about 300 or so each fight. So yeah, I have also experienced the worst of what PvP can offer to a player, but I know I have used this system to my advantage, so it's not a complete negative. Now, no flame to these people. The only thing anyone should concern themselves with is their own happiness, but I am personally finding it difficult to see how playing this amount of arena can be fun. I already feel a little burnt out tryharding the last few days of the season, but our rank 1 has maintained that spot ever since I pushed the ladder way back in week 1. Yeah, so you guys can see exactly how taking PvP too seriously in a gacha game is a bad idea. I also mentioned it in my first PvP video, but I want to reiterate, try not to measure your dick size by your rank. Like I said, my goal was top 10 and I had fun aiming for that, but you guys should try to enjoy the matches wherever you find yourself in the ladder. Honestly, I think those playing PvP a bit more casual might be enjoying themselves a lot more than those who have to be playing 24/7 simply to have a smaller number next to their name. I really want to further discuss my experience on the last day of ranked PvP specifically. Honestly, it felt a bit weird since rank 1 was decided way too early, so the rest of us could only compete for top 9. Our rank 2 and 3 also seemed to be spending quite a bit of gems on refreshes, and they were farming anyone in the top 10. I'm not complaining that they shouldn't be able to do that. I prefer to just appreciate that they're keeping the game free to play / supporting my man Yokotaro. My problem with being constantly farmed is that I know I can literally win against those taking my arena points, but once I got to the top 5, the game was not really letting me fight anyone higher ranked. So yeah, a little annoyed that the game was not giving me a chance to win my arena points directly back from one of the Neptunes. I really do hope that this is not an intentional system meant to keep the top 3 ranks as a simple grindfest for, those willing to use gems. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to find this out, but it also meant that I could not test my potential strategy of coin flipping matches against those of higher ranks, since you can potentially win much more than what you lose when facing them. In the past, I've brought up my opinion on Arena being a mixture of whack Pokemon and scuffed poker. The reason I consider PvP akin to poker was not only due to the gambling / RNG aspect or the fact that you can ultimately decide to fold by spending 5 arena stamina, but because you can incorporate mind games. I definitely enjoyed seeing how people were adding these mind games to their strategy. Of course, you guys saw how everyone was using the name of Neptune, and I actually wonder how the original felt about it. Honestly, I think what made it funny to me was that it probably did not help in the slightest, but who knows, maybe it helped me stay in the top 10. Another attempt at mind games was when people would change their arena defense in order to have a loadout with their highest power level, in hopes of scaring people out of targeting them, I'm guessing. It was hilarious seeing these people drop from like top 5 to rank 20 or something, since most of us knew that the higher power meant their team was not running the recommended arena sets. On the other hand, this mind trick might work at the lower ranks. I know that when I'm only carrying or looking to receive my 2 arena coins, I usually just pick the team with the lowest force. However, I start to consider a few different aspects when I'm truly looking to climb. The arena actually stopped about 2 hours earlier than expected, so I ended up rank 6 when top 5 was very achievable. Anyways, I'm happy with the result, but I'm enjoying the game a little more now that I can just leave my units to auto-battle the bots in arena. I also think you can postpone the climb to maybe 3 or 4 days before the end of the season instead of a week. I will be having one defender until then though. Now, thanks to Arena, I was able to get 2 Zenith Crystals for a little over 800 battles over the course of the month, plus the rewards for top 10, like the summoning tickets, etc. All in all, maybe about 15 to 20 semi-attentive hours were spent. You guys can draw your own conclusions with that information, but like I said, I had fun, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Honestly, having a mono element team seems to be a good goal to slowly work towards. This kind of team will let you run 2 shutdown Grimoires like the water companion I mentioned before, maybe greatly expanding the teams you can win against. I was actually finding myself avoiding many teams consisting of fire or dark units since my corresponding companions were too low level to be helpful. Of course, there was a pretty good chance I could beat them, but I was not willing to risk losing on the last day of PvP. Basically, I was not willing to take a fight when I knew I had not done everything in my power to help my odds. I think I was better able to accept PvP for what it was, once I realized that it is mostly my fault if I lose to someone because I did not take the time to make sure I had the highest chance of winning versus them, whether that be optimizing my memo sets or leveling up all my companions. Now, I am not completely sure, but on the last day, I kind of thought that eventually everyone will be strong enough to defeat anyone else in the arena, thanks to the buffs that the offensive party receives. However, RNG kind of prevents that in a sense. We've already discussed how even once everyone has all the dark characters / weapons maxed out, it will be the Grimoire sets that decide the winners, but your luck stat will be ever present as well. Anyways, I guess the point of this video is to show that the grass is not really greener over on this side. Don't feel too discouraged by your rank, just focus on having fun with the game. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. Feel free to like and subscribe, don't miss out on your chance to be part of the OG gang. Who knows, maybe it'll be something you can brag about in a few years. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.